I see my name in shining lights. Yeah, a different city every night. Oh, I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire.
It's time to get down to business on the weekend's #1 business program. Known as the King of Networking, your host, Shalom Klein, has worked with thousands of entrepreneurs and created countless jobs. So, to success, let's get down to business.
And indeed, we're all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship and business. We talk a lot about business here. I'm with Get Down to Business, and I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you can always download podcasts from Get Down to Business on my website at shalomklein.com. And while you're there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shalom Klein. It's going to be a jam-packed week of content and information you will not want to miss, so let's jump right in. I'm thrilled to be joined by Gary Geiman, a serial entrepreneur and business owner. His 30-year career has spanned owning multiple businesses and developing sales and marketing plans, which we'll talk a lot about, to assist other business owners in growing their business. And he has a fantastic read, which we're going to talk about as well. But firstly, let me welcome Gary Geiman to the program.
Thanks for having me, man. Looking forward to this,
it's a pleasure.
This time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I always love to get to know the person behind the microphone, especially serial entrepreneurs, which certainly sounds like you are. Gary, how did you develop your love and passion for small business?
Primarily through sales. Got a sales job late teen, early 20 years selling lawn care on the phone. And through that, kind of finding that sales was something I was good at and passionate about. Sales kind of turned over that entrepreneurial search of always trying to find ways to solve problems. And in solving problems, obviously, businesses pop up or business opportunities pop up. And I'm one of those individuals that has a high risk tolerance, so always looking for ways to solve problems and bring a business along with, I guess, that problem solving.
Sweet, absolutely. Well, I love that marketing and sales mastery that you've had, and some people avoid it, but it's a necessary process, and honestly, it could actually be really, really fun. So again, I'm chatting with Gary Geiman, serial entrepreneur, business owner, and digital marketing expert. So, Gary, let's start with the basics over here. How should a business, especially in these tail end weeks that we have of 2022, be utilizing social media to grow their business?
Yeah, I think a few things they should be doing on social media. Number one, engaging, entertaining, and 3, educating. A lot of brands will do one of those 3 well, and they'll kind of let the other 2 go. Sometimes the entertaining piece isn't something that the business thinks they should be doing. But think about it: when you're on social media, why are you on social media? Is it because you're trying to learn a new skill? No, you're probably have some downtime and you're scrolling to be entertained. And so that scroll stopping entertainment, or that scroll stopping image, video, whatever it may be, is what a brand or business needs to focus on to be able to catch the attention of their prospect or of their prospective audience. And a lot of times that is through entertainment. Currently, shorts, quick videos, reels, those types of things are what have high engagement, especially the reels, because of the onslaught of TikTok and its upcoming, as well as what Instagram does with reels. And so being focused on putting out short video content that people can consume quickly is definitely a way to engage, entertain, and educate. And I think a lot of times you can do all 3 of those if you're very intentional. You can do all 3 of those with a video or with videos, but focusing on those 3 E's and then being consistent with your content. So in other words, putting out content consistently. I'm sure your show goes out the same time every single week. There's a reason for that. Back in the day, we had a TV guide. A lot of maybe millennials or Gen Zs don't know what the heck that is, but this guide came in the newspaper and you got it, and it told you what time your shows were on. Well, social media works the same way, and the platforms are going to reward you when you're consistent with content. So if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, or you have a brand, focus on those 3 E's: entertain, educate, engage, and then be consistent with your activity.
And that's great advice. And, we get a lot of advice from a lot of folks, but I know that what you're talking about is real because, again, I'm chatting with the author of Dominate Your Market in 90 Days, a step-by-step guide to grow your revenue. And that's right, in 90 days. And I know, Gary, you've got a lot of good content throughout social media with tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views and listens. And as you say in the beginning of the book, warning, do not read this book if you don't want to grow your business. So it's interesting, we've got a lot of listeners in all sorts of different industries, some in service businesses, but also, finance and everything under the sun. Is it sort of a one size fits all? Is there sort of a certain approach that people can follow if they want to achieve success? How can you possibly make that claim that you could dominate your market in 90 days?
Yeah. So I look at it this way. Regardless of what vertical you're in, what sector you're in, you have to be willing to do the work. And this book that I wrote focuses on service and home service, but you can take the ideas and utilize them in almost any vector or vertical, and it still hold true. There still has to be output that you have to, in terms of activity you have to do, in terms of building your prospect list and building your CRM so you can communicate with people. There still has to be that daily activity. If you're trying to get in shape and lose weight, you're not going to click snap your finger and tomorrow be in shape and have lost weight. It's a process you have to go through. And so dominate your market in 90 days is getting into the process, being consistent with the process so that you can build your machine and momentum to be able to show an impact on your market in 90 days. Now, do I think someone's going to take over a market, or you're going to take over a vertical in 90 days? Not at all. But what I do believe is you're going to change the trajectory of your business, of your company, if you do that work over that 90-day period. And that work is simply this: create content, make connections, and do activity. Create content that focuses on promoting your brand, create connections with potential customers and buyers of your services and those people that can promote your service, and then do the activity of consistently and constantly making those touches, doing that content. If you do those three things, regardless of what vertical you're in, and you're focused on those three things every single day, day in, day out, in 90 days, you'll change your trajectory and you'll begin to see revenue because of those efforts.
Absolutely. I'm chatting with Gary Geiman, entrepreneur, business owner, digital marketing expert, and the author of Dominate Your Market in 90 Days. Great advice, as we just heard, certainly for a lot of these service businesses. And I want to touch on another area that I know you talk about in your book, and I know you're very passionate about: home service business owners, which, again, I know you touch on that. I'm curious why you're so passionate, if there's any success stories you could share with our listeners.
Yeah, I'm passionate about home service because I've been in those verticals. We've owned and exited a exterior cleaning company and a Christmas light installation company, and a lot of the things in the book are based upon the beginning years of what I did to build the business. Now, obviously, we worked on creating a strong SEO background and having a strong SEO network. We focused on building our social media, but the activities that are in that book typically outline the first 24 months of those businesses to be able to grow them, to get to a 7-figure annual revenue, and then exit by selling to national companies in those verticals. So that book is based upon that exact activity. And, we help home service business owners daily in building search and social platforms so that they can dominate their market. So definitely passionate about home service and helping home service business owners get to that level of success that they desire.
Awesome. That's fantastic. And I know when you say we, you have a fantastic team at DMN8 Partners, a digital marketing and consulting company that helps business owners dominate their competition and market. So let's talk about that real quick and how people can get a hold of you.
Absolutely. Best way to get a hold of me is Facebook, facebook.com/Gary Geiman, or visit our website, which is salvonow.com, salvonow.com. Salvo is a French and German military term from the turn of the century. That means shoot all your weapons at once, and marketing is all about putting as much opportunity out there as possible. And so salvonow.com, you can reach out, or Facebook, and we'd love to chat with you about how we can help you dominate your market.
And check out the book, Dominate Your Market in 90 Days. I know it's available on Amazon, and I know because I've read it. It's a great read. Gary Geiman, thanks so much for joining us, sharing your expertise with our listeners, and I look forward to having you back on real soon. We've got to squeeze in a very quick break here on Get Down to Business, the show about small business jobs and entrepreneurship. Got on my website, shalomklein.com, but we will be right back, so don't touch that dial.